Welcome everybody, Network Whiz Kid here, Kelvin, and we will be starting the stream shortly. We'll just give it a few minutes for a few more people to join, and then we can begin this live stream and catch up with you guys and see what everybody's been up to. And I can also share with you what I've been up to for those that haven't been in contact with myself lately. Okay, so we'll give it one more minute for people to join and then we will start. What's up, Kelvin Brooks? Thanks for tuning in. Working from home. Oh, you're not working from home now? I thought everybody were working from home. Are you still working on customer sites then? Hopefully you can hear me. Let me know, in fact, if you can hear me, if everything's okay, and then we can begin. Oh, both. Okay, so you're working from home as well. Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought that'd be the case. I think pretty much everybody's working from home at the minute with the current situation that's going on throughout the world. Not good, but is what it is, I guess. Anyway, hopefully everybody's keeping safe out there. And let's begin. So what I wanted to do today is it's a bit of a on-the-fly stream that I've set up today, and I just wanted to kind of discuss what I've been doing or what I've been up to during this lockdown and catch up with you guys, really, see what everybody's been up to since I last had a live stream or last caught up with everybody. So first what we'll do is I'll go through what I've been up to and more specifically talk about Oracle certifications, Oracle Cloud certifications, and how I managed to get certified within Oracle Cloud with studying for just one day, and how I did it for free as well. So that's the benefit, I guess, of some of these certifications. Some of them are now free with the lockdown, and you can take full advantage and get certified if you choose to do so. So starting off with the Oracle certification. So yesterday I managed to clear an exam, a proctored exam, on Pearson VUE for a Oracle Cloud certification, and this was for a Oracle Cloud fundamentals or foundations certification. And straight up, I mean, I've not worked really with Oracle before, certainly not worked with the cloud, so it was all new to myself. I decided I wanted to take a short break from what I was studying at the moment, which was the CCIE security content, and I wanted to look at some other stuff. And the reason why I did that was because I seen a blog post, which I'm going to show you in a moment, which was pointing out that Oracle, given the current climate at the moment, the current situation, Oracle are offering some free training, and along with that, you can also book and take the exams for free as well. So I decided, why not get a certification for free, and why not learn something new as well. So that's what I did. So on Monday, we're now on Wednesday. So on Monday, I decided to take a look at some of the training content for these Oracle certification exams, and then I studied for one of those exams all day, and then I booked the certification exam through Pearson through Pearson VUE to take that exam the day after, because I was quite confident that I could pass it after I went through all the material. So in essence, in all, it took me 1 day to pass an Oracle certification exam, go through all the content and pass the exam. So that's what I'm going to be discussing today, how I did that, and basically what's on offer. So just to kind of give you an overview for those that are not familiar with Oracle certifications, and I too wasn't familiar with Oracle certifications until I decided to go ahead and take the certification. There's different levels to the certifications, as is many other certifications. So you've got the foundation level, you've got the associate level, and then you've got the professional level. And you can see here there's also different paths. So the foundation level covers all paths, because you learn the fundamentals of the cloud, and more specifically the fundamentals of Oracle Cloud, or OCI as it's called. And then you can also choose to take either track, so architect, operations, or developer track. So as you can see, you can get up to associate in all of those tracks, and then professional, which I assume is equivalent to expert level in Cisco, in the architect level, I assume. And I say assume because I'm by no means an expert with these Oracle certifications. What I'm doing today is pointing out how you can take these exams for free, how you can actually go about doing that, how you can get certified for free within Oracle, and if you work with Oracle or OCI, these certifications are definitely going to benefit yourself moving forward. So the certification that I decided to take was the bottom one here, so the foundation. So this was good for me because I got to understand the cloud a little bit more. And as I said, I never knew anything about OCI, so Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. So this gave me the ability to further understand what Oracle do within their cloud environment, and what they offer in comparison to other providers such as AWS and Google Cloud and Microsoft, etc., etc. So this was a good starting block for me, and as I say, it was the first one, the foundation one. So all these links, by the way, that I'm sharing now, I will share in the description once the video is finished. But this is just pointing out basically all the exams which I've just shown you here are currently free. Now they're not free forever. There's a time frame on that, and we'll go on to that in a minute. But at the moment, these exams are free, and you can go through all the content for free, book the exam, and take the exam totally free, no cost to you at all. And if you get certified, as I did, it's a bonus. So all the content is free, as I've said. You've got all the content online, and videos you can go through, and each track, like I say, is free. Now, just to show you kind of what these exams normally cost, you can see on the screen here that for the foundations exam, it costs just under $100 normally. As I say, currently they're doing it for free, so you can go ahead and take that exam for free. And then, moving up the ranks, you've got all the associate level exams, which cost $150, and then you've got the professional exam, which costs $245 to take. All these, like I say, are currently free at the minute, so take full advantage of these certifications if you want. So moving on, so how I actually found out about these Oracle certifications and how I found out they were free. I stumbled across this blog post. Now I can't remember off the top of my head where this blog post was, but I stumbled across this blog post which you're looking at now on screen. And again, I will share these links after. And basically the author of this blog post, Raghu, pointed out that until May the 15th, these certifications are free. So the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure certifications and the Autonomous Database certifications are free. And that started on the 30th of March this year. So there's a few months to kind of go through these certifications and take these exams for free if you wanted to. So he goes on to explain the process here of how to get started. So I followed this process. The process was pretty straightforward. So, step one talks about how you can get a free Oracle account. So you sign up for your account. And I don't know if I've got mine open here. Yep. So you basically sign up on this website here. You can see I've got my account up open here. And once you've done that, then you can access the different learning paths that we've just talked about. So again, I don't work with Oracle on a day-to-day basis, or if at all. But for me, I was able to learn something new. I was able to learn how Oracle did things in their cloud and in their environment. And I was able to come out with a certification within Oracle after studying just one day. So to me, it's a benefit, regardless as if you're working on it or not. To me, I see that as a benefit. You're getting an extra certification, you're increasing your knowledge in a different area, and who knows when you will cross paths with the technology or the environment or the infrastructure again. So I definitely think it's worth it. So as I say, you've got the learning paths here, and then once you go through these, and we'll take a look at the one that I did and passed yesterday. But before we do, after you've gone through the content, all you basically do then is you register on Pearson VUE if you don't already have a Pearson VUE account, and then you register to take the certification exam. So you'll input the certification that you want to take, and at the end of the process, it will discount what the certification usually costs. It will discount that, so then the certification is free, so you can book that certification for free and take that exam. Now, I think I found out these exams, or at least the one that I took, I think the recertification period is 18 months, but don't hold me to that. That's just me having a quick look, trying to find out how long my new certification is going to be valid for. So you can decide to take any of these courses. You can start from the foundation and work your way up through the cloud track, or the developer track, or the architect track. I started with the foundation track and passed that exam yesterday. So if we just open that one now, we can take a look at how the training is structured and how long it takes to actually get through this training. It's taking its time to load there. And just in fact, while we wait for that, I'm not too sure. I was looking to see whether there's any prerequisites as to whether you need to take the foundation certification first before you can do any of the others. If you are looking to do that, or looking to take a more advanced certification off the bat, maybe do look into that, because you might be able to take one of these other certifications rather than starting off at the foundation level. And then you've also got the Oracle Autonomous Database Specialist. This is more to do with the database side of things. So once you decide which certification you want to study and take, all you simply do, so you can see at the minute mine's showing that I've completed the certification and I've completed all the practice. The good thing with this actually is it's structured, so you know what you need to work on and the process you follow in order to get certified. So what you do first is you start off with if you're taking the Foundations Associate certification, you start off with the OCI Foundations course, and it gives you a guide on how long the actual course takes. So for instance, this takes 3 hours 31 to complete, or the videos are around that length. If you're taking notes, etc., it's going to take you slightly longer, and also if you need to review the content, it's going to take you slightly longer. So if we just open this in a new tab just to show you how it's kind of structured, pretty straightforward. So as you can see, I've got all the ticks because I've been through all the training. So you've got everything that you need to know within these videos, and you can play back the videos if you wish to. You've got everything you need to know in these videos that covers what you need to know for the certification exam. And I did the certification exam for this last night and passed it, as I say, first time. So I think everything in here is sufficient to pass the exam. So you can come back to that training if you want to review certain topics. Once you've done the training, you can then go on to exam preparation. So you can take a look at the exam prep guide if you wish. That gives you a little bit more information about the exam and what you're going for. And then you've got the practice exam, which is quite cool. So if we just click on this, so basically the practice exam, it allows you to go through a set of questions that are focused on the certification that you're going to be taking. So it doesn't give you a question bank of different questions. It just gives you a few questions in different subject areas that you have been through on the video training, and it tests your knowledge to see whether you understood what you've learnt there. So that's quite good. In this particular exam, when you actually take the certification exam, the OCI Foundations exam, and by the way, this is a new exam, so this is the 2020 Associates exam, and you've got the exam code here. When you take this exam, the exam's you've got about 60 questions, and you've got enough time. If you've been through all the content, you should have enough time to complete the actual exam and review questions. So one of the good things I think about Oracle exams online is you can actually mark the questions that you may not be familiar with or may not be sure about the answer, and you can review those at the end, so you can go back to those questions and change your answer or keep the answer you've already selected. So for me, coming from a Cisco world, that was definitely something new for me, because those that have taken Cisco exams, you'll know that you can only press next. You can't go back. Once you've pressed next, that's it. So this is the practice exam. So if I just press yes, because I've already done these, you can see the kind of structure in which the questions are given to you. So you can check the question list here. So you go through, I don't know how well you can see that on the screen actually, but basically what we have here is we have different topics from different areas that are covered, just to test your knowledge and make sure that you know what you're talking about before the exam. So once you, say for instance, go through this and you submit, what it should do is it should tell you whether you've got that question right or wrong. So you can see here that that's correct, and then you'll move on then to the next question here and so forth, and you'll just work your way work your way down the list of, I think, 25 questions. And at the end of this, you can then go back to, let's say, a question here. You can go back, and if you got that wrong, you can review it again. Or maybe go back to the topic area. So, for instance, this topic area is OCI architecture. So you could go back to that area and review that content again if you didn't fully understand it. So I think that's quite good to bear in mind. So if we just come off the practice exam, once you've done that, as I say, you're pretty much ready to go and book the online proctored exam through Pearson VUE. So once you've done that, as it says here, 100% exam discount will be applied at the final checkout screen on the Pearson VUE website. So you'll proceed through to Pearson VUE, make note of the exam code, and then you'll go ahead and you'll schedule that online exam for a time that suits you. A little bit of, so you can see certification once you've done it. So I've completed it, certified now. So you can see that the status is certification complete. And you get a nice little certified certificate that looks like this at the end, and you should be able to get your certification badge as well at the end. So that's another nice thing to have, and put that on LinkedIn or on your resume or CV, whatever it may be. For me, a little bit, I just want to now kind of step away from the format of the training that we've just been through, and talk about the experience of the exam for me. So it's the first time I've taken an online proctored exam. I've never done it before. All my exams, all my certification exams have been in person, so I've had to physically go and sit that exam in a test center. So for me, it was a new experience. One, learning about Oracle, and two, actually taking an online proctored exam from my home. I scheduled the exam, so as I say, I studied for one day, and then on the evening of that day, I booked the exam for the next day. You don't have to do it the same way. You can, if you're a little bit less eager to take the exams, you can kind of spread it out and book that exam for whatever time suits you. But when I booked my exam, I was a little bit too eager, I'd say. I booked my exam for 10 p.m. in the evening. At first, I didn't pay much attention. I actually thought it was 10 a.m. in the morning. And then when I actually got the email confirmation, I realised it was 10 p.m. in the evening. Now, it wasn't too late, but considering when you've been working all day, and then you need to review the content and then do the exam again, and the time it takes to take the exam, you're probably looking at close to midnight. Nevertheless, I decided to keep the exam at 10 p.m. and I couldn't change the exam time anyway because I'd already passed the 24-hour period in which you have to change the exam. I came to take the exam, and at about 9:45, so 15 minutes before the exam started, I decided to log into Pearson VUE and do all the pre-checks. So you have some pre-checks that you need to do. You need to complete those before you can begin your exam. And it's really important that you do this. So I would recommend anybody taking online proctored exams and they haven't done it before, make sure you log in at least 20 to 15 minutes before and do the pre-checks. Once you've done the pre-checks, you then need to submit your ID. You need to take photos of where you are, front, back, left, right, and then you need to then wait for a proctor to admit you into the exam. So your screen should change to the actual introduction of that exam page. For me, I had a few problems. So my exam was due to start at 10 p.m. as I say, and my exam actually didn't start till about 11 p.m. And the reason was because for some reason I was sat waiting for the proctor to admit me into the exam for probably 30 minutes. And then when I actually managed to talk to somebody, they then told me that they couldn't start the exam and that I had to reboot my computer before I could actually start the exam. So it wasn't really a good first experience for me doing online proctored exams, but hopefully moving forward now for the exams that I do take online, I will know now what to expect moving forward. And I just wanted to share that information with you guys as well, and especially to those that haven't taken online proctored exams before, because it's unknown territory, and it can be a little bit daunting as well, especially when you're sat there and your screen's being recorded and you don't want to move to get your phone or check or open an application to check for emails or anything like that. So if you are in that position, just sit there. I actually waved on the screen to get somebody's attention, and then things move forward from there. So that's the exam, and like I say, you have the opportunity at the moment until the 15th of May to go through the training for these exams and to get certified within these areas if you wish to. As I say, it's not for everybody. I basically decided to do it because it's free and it's a free certification, and I was able to learn something new in regards to cloud and also Oracle and the way that they do things as well. So that's my motivation for doing it. Will I do any more? I'm definitely going to take a look at the next levels up, but to be honest, my main focus is working on Cisco certifications, so I don't know if I will proceed with taking any more of them. But who knows? Let's see. I did see today that Cisco are now offering online proctored exams as well, so I might actually go back to studying my original certifications that I was studying for Cisco, and go down that route for Cisco instead. But hey ho. So I hope that's been a good insight for everybody. I was on Twitter reaching out to everybody and on Instagram to let everybody know that I was going to do live and go through my experience with this with the Oracle exams, and go through how you can actually do it as well for free. So I hope that's been a good overview for yourself as well. I'll just quickly turn to any questions that we might have. So Kelvin Brooks, busy working with first responders. Yeah, that can be difficult sometimes. FlipGod, thanks for tuning in. Question, are you transitioning to a cloud job? No, the answer to that is no. I, for those that don't know, I work for Cisco as a security consultant / engineer. I am not transitioning to any different role. I decided to take this exam purely because it was a break from some of the Cisco stuff that I was learning, especially considering that I couldn't take any of the certification exams until today, and also because these certifications are free. So that's why I decided to go for that. So I hope that kind of answers that question for you. I would definitely recommend it. If you want to look at getting a certification for free, why not? You know, if you're not doing anything else with your time, or you're looking at venturing into a different area, maybe cloud, maybe Oracle itself, then why not? You know, take full advantage of this current situation, learn as much as you can, and go for the certifications. These certifications are free at the minute. As I say, they're free until May. So you've got, if you can actually make it, you've got the opportunity to go through how many certifications? 1, 2, 3. You've got the opportunity to go through 5 certifications and get certified. And I definitely recommend it, especially if your job is in line with that. So yeah, I hope that's helped. Good overview there. If you've got any more questions, please post them in the comments after this video has ended. Reach out to me on Twitter, Instagram, and let me know. And also let me know if you decide to go for these exams. Let me know how you do. As I say, I managed to pass the first one, the foundations one, in 1 day. So if you work hard at it, I don't see why you can't do the same thing as well. Flipguard, working on OSCP currently. Cool. I heard that's quite a tough certification. I've not looked into it myself, but good luck with that. And let me know how you get on. Have you scheduled the exam yet? Or are you still working on the content for that? If anyone's got any more questions, let's catch up. We'll spend 5 minutes just catching up, see what everybody's been up to. If you've got any questions for me, just let me know. Reach out on the chat and let's discuss. So the next one that I might actually look at is I might have a look at the operations. Cloud Infrastructure Operations Associate. So just on this one, actually, just quick look, and this is the first time I'm looking at this with you guys now. So just on this one, we can see that the training is slightly longer, so nearly 6 hours of training, whereas the foundation one was about 3.5 hours of training, which is not bad. It's still less than a full day of studying. Let's go ahead and open now. Let's see what's actually in this training. See how it differs from the foundation training that I've just done. So the process that Oracle seem to go through, from what I've seen from the foundation certification that I've just taken, is that they give you a good introduction into cloud itself, the different types of services, so infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, all that good stuff. And it looks like they're following the same here. So you've got cloud operations and automation. So they'll give you a kind of introduction into that before kind of getting into the nitty gritty with the OCI aspect of things. So you can see here it kind of jumps into all OCI based stuff there. So again, this is something that I might look at, scaling operations, billing, cost management. These are stuff that are covered in the foundations. I think there's touch on security a little bit as well. You can see as well there they've got a little bit, they've got a 23-minute video here in regards to Ansible. So Ansible's quite a big thing, not only with OCI, but with other areas in the industry as well. So these are, even if you're not directly working with OCI, maybe these certifications are good, not only because they're free, but also because you get that knowledge of the cloud and how different companies are doing different things. Purchase of training materials and labs, it's fun stuff. Cool, let us know how you go on with that. I actually have a lab, a penetration testing lab, if you like, where I have like Metasploits installed and a few other good stuff. So I was actually going through some training similar to it, but there's just so much to learn. I keep getting dragged away into different areas. So I think I'm going to leave that aspect of security until I finish the CCIE security. Pass the CCNP routing and switching before lockdown. That's a good achievement. So did you pass it? So before lockdown, so I assumed you took the new certification. So the enterprise certification, or did you still manage to do the old CCNP? Kelvin, so I'm going for my CCNP, some Juniper, Security Plus, and AWS. All right, cool. So that's a lot there. I think that'll keep you busy for the next year or so. So especially CCNP, the new CCNP is quite a busy topic in itself. Juniper, I've not touched for, I think, since I graduated university. So probably, a good 4 or 5 years or so. Security Plus, yeah, that's a kind of vendor agnostic certification, so why not? And then AWS. So there you go, AWS. So AWS certifications, as far as I'm aware, they're paid certifications. So if you wanted to kind of get a background of cloud, maybe looking at these Oracle certifications might actually help you, because as I say, the touch over the foundational elements of cloud and how things are done in the cloud overall. And one thing that I've actually found is that OCI and the way they do things, or Oracle and the way they do things in their cloud, is quite similar to the way that other vendors do things in the cloud as well. So you might actually be able to leverage this material here to help you with your AWS training as well. That's just kind of food for thought and my 2 pence on that one. So I hope that helps. Passed right before the update, so I got the old. All right, cool. And the new. That's good stuff. Good stuff. So you should be on your way then. If you wanted to, after your OSCP, you can go for your CCIE lab exam if you wanted to. Cool stuff. That's nice. I mean, one certification that I want to go for at some point is the CISSP. I've looked briefly at it, but I've not really started to focus on it really. But that's something after that I really want to go for. So I guess it's along the side of some of those certifications that have been mentioned. Alright guys, cool. Well, I'm going to leave that stream there. Again, I hope you found this video useful. Please share it with anybody that doesn't know about Oracle and doesn't know that these certifications are free at the minute. And can probably make use, share it with anybody that could probably make use of these certifications. We're all locked down around the world, so whether you're still working or not, surely you've got time to pick up some of these and attempt the certification. I mean, the certification's free, so why not? Go through the content. If you find it useful or interesting, continue, take the certification. If you pass, you pass. If you fail, you fail. At least you've learned something new, hopefully. So just before we kind of head out, I see FlipGod, what are my ultimate career goals? So that's a good question. And as you probably know, the IT industry is huge. I honestly feel like when I first got my job with Cisco, that was kind of one of my goals. That was like way up there, ticked off straight away. And I feel like I'm kind of living through that now. And where I am right now is a very dynamic position. So not one day is the same. You're working with many different customers. You're working with many different technologies. So I work within the security space within Cisco. So I work on security products in Cisco. All these technologies, all the security technologies are all complex technologies, or they can be complex. So you're always learning something new. So for me at the moment, I'm still young. I'm still learning. I feel like I've got a lot more to give in the technical area. So I'm probably at the minute, or for the next 5 years, if we're talking about 5-year goals, I'm happy where I am technically, but obviously moving up that ladder to more senior roles technically. Who knows, in the future I might take on more of a business or analytical or a managerial role. Who knows? Things change so rapidly in this industry. So I honestly couldn't tell you, but I hope that answers your question. Maintenance requirements for that one, but CISSP, it does have big weight, so it's definitely CISSP is a really good certification to get. Again, it's vendor agnostic, as you know, and it obviously it holds weight in the industry, so that's definitely a certification to get, regardless of whether you're staying purely in a technical role or you're you're taking on a slightly less technical security role. Is definitely something I think's useful. Yeah, that's right. So, well, I guess flip. That's right and wrong. So, you pointed out that Cisco requires a bachelor's degree. My role, at least when I started with Cisco, the requirement was to have a degree. That's kind of what enabled me to kind of progress, or part of what enabled me to progress. However, I do think I've seen roles. I would check the Cisco website with the jobs if you're interested at working for Cisco, because I do see, or have seen, roles that don't specifically call out having a degree, but there then is other requirements such as maybe a CCIE certification or relevant or X amount of years work experience. So I don't think you necessarily have to have a degree to join Cisco for some roles, but just my kind of advice to you would be just to keep checking the jobs website on Cisco to see what's about and see what's available, because who knows, you might find something, you might get lucky and get through the door. So what else have we got? So Amazon certs. I was speaking actually to a close friend, a friend that I went to university with, a couple of weeks ago, about Amazon certifications. Actually, the cloud is a major player in the industry now, as you probably know. AWS is definitely a big player, so I think Amazon certs will take you quite far, and especially if you're looking at cloud roles, cloud positions, cloud jobs, I definitely think Amazon certs will help. Even if you're not looking at specifically cloud related jobs, a lot of technologies these days are placed in clouds, and having the ability to identify what cloud it's in and how that cloud works is definitely useful. So I would definitely say AWS certs are useful to have. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, if you check often, then you'll probably know. Yeah, so 9 times out of 10, I think it is degree or CCIE or X amount years of experience. AWS or Azure? This is probably a personal answer to your question. For me, I would say AWS, and that's purely because I work with elements of AWS sometimes on a daily basis, or more than Azure. However, Azure is starting to pick up, actually, or from what I've seen anyway. So I think primarily focus more so on AWS, but if there's anything out there for Azure and you are directly working with or going to be directly working with Azure, then I definitely explore some Azure training or certifications if there is any available. So I hope that answers your question, guys. Thanks for keeping it dynamic today. I've really enjoyed having the conversation with you guys. I think it's good when we can kind of pick up and catch up with everybody in the community. So thanks for keeping it dynamic, and I hope you found this session useful. Yeah, that's a good one, David. So thanks for tuning in first of all. Good announcement today from Cisco is that we are now offering remote testing. So same as these Pearson VUE, same as these Oracle certifications, so the online testing for these certifications. Cisco are now doing the same from today. So I think there is a few exceptions. I've not looked into the full details yet, but we are now offering online testing. So it's perfect. You're quarantined, you might still be working, but at the same time you've got a lot more time on your hands because you're not going nowhere. So you've got the chance now to continue studying or pick up where you left off with Cisco certifications and book those exams and take those exams online. So that's definitely something that I'm probably going to be looking at again now that the announcement has been made, because I need to finish off my CCNP security / CCIE security. So thanks for bringing that up, David. So I'm going to leave that there, guys. Thanks for tuning in, as I say. Definitely had a blast with you guys talking about all this stuff. These links I will put in the description after the video, and if you got any more questions, as I say, reach out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or in the videos on YouTube, and I'll get back to you when I can. Also, if you decide to take these exams, reach out to me, let me know how you've done, and let me know how far you get if you decide to try tackle as many as you can. But until next time, guys, keep safe, keep well, avoid all the negative nonsense that's going about at the minute, and keep as healthy as you can do, and we'll catch up soon. Goodbye.